Is the 22 enough for SHTF? Well, let's first define what you consider an SHTF, because your SHTF, at least the way you think about SHTF, may be completely different of what I think an SHTF is, or better yet, what I have experienced an SHTF is. Now, at 22, people batch it all the time. And people think that SHTF is going to be like they see in the movies, like Mad Max, and they put military movies as references. I don't know. You tell me what an SHTF to you will look like. People see it as it's going to be like military coming in here and destroying everything. I don't know. People have different mindsets about everything. They think that they're going to have to put their plate carriers on, they're going to put their chest rig on, and so on and so forth. But that's not what I live. That is not my experience. And if you want to go on experience, not on Hollywood stuff, not on what if, I think you will be better off with the 22 than with anything else. Because, quite frankly, it was even hard for us to find 22s. And when things get highly regulated, and yes, I know the U.S. has a Second Amendment, but it is the one right that, for some reason, politicians consider a second-class right. It is the one right that is more rooted than anything else. More regulations against that right than anything else. Or am I wrong? Yeah. Put it down in the comment section below if you think I'm wrong. Put it in the comment section below if they shall not be infringed should have underneath a whole bunch of laws and regulations. Or should it be shall not be infringed and that is it. That is just me. But let's go back to the 22. The idea that folks are going to be out in the streets with AR-15s, like tactical and all of those things, to me, I'm going to be really honest with you, it just makes no sense. It truly does make no sense whatsoever. It looks good in a movie for entertainment purposes. I do watch a few YouTube channels, like they call themselves military channels and whatnot, and I see what they're doing. I acknowledge that what they're doing is either fun or cool, but when it comes to real life and the grind that we all have to go through every single day, I just can't see myself. I can't see myself wearing a helmet all day long, wearing a 40-pound bag all day long, carrying 15 magazines on me all day long, a chest rig, a plate carrier, 50 knives. I don't know. You guys put it in the comment section below the crazy stuff that you have seen, people. To me, I'm going to be brutally honest with y'all. Simple is better. That is my way of looking at things, the way that I have experienced SHTF. When you overcomplicate things, things go bad, wrong, collapse, destroy. Your plans go kaboof. Hopefully you understand that. So, 22. What is more simple than a 22? The fact of the matter is 50 rounds are as small as they can be. For comparison, look, I got a box of 308. Yes, this is a 308. I know. Let me get you another box. There you go. 308. But they're both the same. But you get what I'm saying. 50 round. The other ones are 20. Cheap. Less than $5. $31. That's a lot, right? That is a lot. So keep that in mind. What is that you're going to be using more in an SHTF? Well, the daily grind. If you need to have something on you to protect yourself, you want something small. I mean, unless you live in an area that you really, really, really need something bigger. Like in here, like it will be foolish of me going into the woods with a 22 when I have brown bears, when I have black bears, that I have moose. Moose are more dangerous than all the other ones, to tell you the truth. So when if you don't have those dangerous animals and whatnot, you just want it for self-defense, or you ain't just in town, what makes you believe that a 22 is not enough? Because somebody said before that it's weak and they'd rather get shot with it. I would encourage you not to listen. I will say that. Do not listen to those people. Just don't. You don't want to get shot with anything. But nonetheless, you will be better off, in my opinion, focusing on what is available, what is cheap, and what is what you're going to be able to handle easier than anything else. And that is the 22. Flat out, 22. A box of 50. A block of 500. If you want to have a defensive tool on you, a Walther P22, it's something that I use. Magazine, really easy to do. In fact, you got this little thing in here that it helps you load the rounds. The 1022, I always recommend the takedown because it's a lot easier, a lot more compact. You break it down and you put it in your pack, and that's it. Plenty of magazines. These magazines actually are really easy to repair. All you need is an Allen wrench, and that's it. You unscrew it, this thing will come out, this thing will come out, and then you can service the magazine. Really easy to service, and they are plentiful everywhere. A Ruger 1022 is a platform that it has more aftermarket parts than any other platform out there. Any other. It's just amazing how much aftermarket parts you can buy. In fact, you can have 3 or 4, just in parts, just put away. Put a semi-decent scope. Doesn't have to be that expensive. I recently upgraded last scope with one of these ones. I got one at Amazon for $99, and the other one behind me, I got it at Sportsman for $89. They're running a special right now. In fact, I have another one put in my car. So when Friday comes around, if money allows, I will get a third one. That one will be to put away in case the one goes bad, because I put one in my Savage Model 10 at 308, and the other one is up here with in Lasse's rifle, because he was complaining that his Nikon was not right, so I replaced that one. But putting a semi cheap scope, and again, $99 is for a scope for a Vortex lifetime warranty. That's not expensive at all. So just think about it this way. Is it enough for your daily grind? Is it enough? What are you more likely to encounter? Rabbits, squirrels, porcupines, raccoons, coyotes? I don't know. Then you may encounter deer, but deers are a little bit more sketchy sometimes, more skittish. And obviously, people have said, in the comments and whatnot, and you can take deers down with 22s. I don't recommend that. I think anything larger, you have better choices. You can just go and get yourself a 308, boom, and this will do the job on any mid to large animal here in North America. And 308s are plentiful here, so we'll talk about that in a later video. But 22 will put food on the table all day long. And like I said, this is a 500 round block. And this is not the cheapest one. You can find cheap ammunition, which makes sense to me if you are preparing for an SHTF. Just consider this. A 22 is something that is not as loud as any other rifle. It will give you protection. It will not give you a concussion if you use it in a closed environment, aka for home defense. It will not overpenetrate. It is an issue too, right? And it will deter people from doing you harm. So keep those things in mind. In SHTF, silence is key. Stealth will keep you alive. Mobility is what you want. And a 22, a Ruger 1022, or any other rifle, I strongly advise for SHTF purposes to get a takedown. That's just my advice to you. You do whatever you want. But on SHTF, just bear in mind that, people don't need to know what you're doing. And based on what we went through in Cuba, that we needed to be quiet because hunting was not allowed and the possession of firearms was not allowed. Well, that leaves me with the 22, which was the only round that we were able to get our hands on. And at 22, half a mile away, you're not going to hear it. Any other caliber is a different story. So for SHTF purposes, I will say this unequivocally. A 22 is more than enough. I'm telling you this out of experience. With this information, you do what you want. You see what I'm doing, and I'm sharing it with you. With that being said, let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I hope to see you in the next one.